Hey, this is James Pelton, and I wanted to do an update on zComb Financial. For some of you who know, I'm an advisor on the zComb team, and one of the reasons I decided to do that was zComb was one of the first node projects that I think really realized that nodes were not going to last long term. Like the way that we were just taking the rewards, we were taking what people paid for a node and using that as rewards for the next people. I mean, Ponzi-nomics is what we call it. They realized early, hey, this is not going to last very long. And so they put a cap on their nodes and then quickly went out to find other revenue generating services. Okay, so one of the ways they've done this is with zComb. Okay, so zComb, basically what zComb does is they take your comb and then they go invest it in a bunch of different places. And you can kind of see here, if I go to the zComb page, you lock it up for a certain amount of time. So like I have 20 comb locked in there right now. But they use yield farming and liquidity pools and things like that to generate a return in all these different phantom protocols. So I mean, there might not be a better way to invest in the phantom protocol as a whole than zComb, where you're getting all these different phantom tokens basically through comb being locked up for a certain amount of time. So they also have these auto compounders. So this would be similar to like Beefy or Yield Wolf or some of those projects where you can put your tokens in here and then you get a daily APR that is auto compounded into a higher APY. And they're going to be working on adding more into these auto compounders. Where a lot of people are finding a lot of success is these farms. So these are just farms throughout different phantom protocols. And again, some of them giving pretty good APRs for sure. And one of the most popular is this is a stable coin. So 3 stable coins, MIM, USDC, and USDT with a 40% APR. Okay, so again, and these change as the TVL goes up. So again, if I tell you about it and the TVL doubles, this will probably go down. But there's not a lot of places that you're going to get 39% on stablecoin. But what makes me really excited, so you can't get nodes anymore on zComb, but they are launching something new. So this is a launch. They're launching it tomorrow. I'm giving away 5 whitelist spots as part of this video for this new launch, but these are pods. So zComb is launching pods, okay? And so pods are an NFT that are creating passive income through the zComb technology. Okay, so this technology that's going out and producing these APRs and all these tokens, they're using that to create these NFTs that kind of look like nodes, but they're not nodes. Okay, and here's the biggest thing that I noticed. It's hard for me not to make puns about node dist. The biggest thing I node dist. Dad jokes. But here's the biggest thing that I noticed about this. On creating a pod, so it's a 10 comb investment. It's 200% dynamic APR, so it's not going to be completely set. But notice where the comb goes, okay? So usually when you create a node, most of it goes to the rewards pool, right? But with zComb and these pods, they don't need to do that anymore. They don't need the rewards. They don't need the comb to go into the rewards pool because that's not how people are paid out. There's actually revenue being generated, which is going to comb holders and to these pods holders. So that's very, very cool. So the way these pods are going to work is you can use them to either produce Phantom, Bitcoin, or Ethereum. Okay, so you can get an Ethereum pod, a Bitcoin pod, or a Phantom pod. I believe are the 3 they're going to start with. So you'll be getting this 200% dynamic APR in Bitcoin, Phantom, or Ethereum, okay? So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty solid. So you don't have to worry about the price of comb crashing or things like that because that's not what you're going to be selling. So how this is going to work is you're going to get a pod, and your pod's going to have a certain amount of health. And if you just claim, and basically health is going to be how much of the potential for that pod you're going to be able to produce. So if you just claim every day, slowly the health of your pod will go down and you'll produce less. But feeding your pod is basically compounding. And so that's basically increasing the health. So if you stay in this, they recommend like staying in a 70 to 80% range. That's when you're going to be making the most amount of Bitcoin or Ethereum or Phantom that you can. If the pod goes to 0, the pod does not die. I just won't generate as much as a healthy pod. So I think this is very cool. This is very revolutionary in this space. Again, we're seeing that the node experiment in and of itself does not really work. Like, you have to use the treasury to go do something. And so they made that pivot. That's what I'm looking for, are teams that can pivot into the next thing. And they've made that pivot. I also want to show you just the price action. So when they put a cap on nodes, said you can't buy nodes anymore, look what happened to the price, okay? And the reason this was this was price discovery, okay? They were a node project up here, like a traditional node project that it cannot be sustainable. There's like no way for the price of zComb to stay where it was. And so they kind of bit the bullet, and they're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and bite the bullet. Then there was price discovery. Okay, nobody knows what this new zComb is worth. No one has any idea. It's like, this is a new thing. What's it going to be worth? So it's kind of price discovery. Then when they announced this new Podz thing, we've seen a jump back up. So we're going to have another price discovery. So again, I don't know where this is going to end up. I imagine, to me, this is pretty attractive, as I can take my zComb, I can take 10 zComb and go make a node that's producing Bitcoin. I think that's pretty cool. That's something that I would be interested in. So I imagine that will help the price. Again, not financial advice, but again, it's hard to tell where this price discovery is going to end. But I think something this is showing us is that I think this and the other things that they're doing with the zComb and the farm and the compounders, I think this is sustainable. So you might not be getting, 200, it's deceptive because 200% APR sounds high. Do you know some of these node projects were offering like 400% APR, 500% APR? I mean, they just were crazy, crazy returns, and there's nothing that the token could do except for just crash. I mean, it's setting up for failure, and the zComb team saw this very early. So now they have a revenue generating thing, and I'm pretty excited about it. So if you want to get involved, first off, I'm giving out 5 whitelist spots. So the pre-launch for whitelist holders is going to be tomorrow, the 12th. So if you want a whitelist spot, again, you're going to go over to my Twitter and like and retweet and all those good things. This is not something that you have to get in early on necessarily. I think I think it will be sustainable. Again, not financial advice. It's an experiment. We don't know totally how it's going to work out. But the public launch is going to be on the 14th. So you have a few more days. But just get some zComb ready for that. Again, if the price spikes up, this is not financial advice. I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber. I imagine that the price is going to go up when these pods are launched. Okay, that's just my take on it. When there's not anything new that's generating zComb, but now zComb has a use case, I think it will go up. Okay, that's my take. Could be wrong. So if you'd like to get involved, you can buy some zComb. So you just go to the zComb website, and I'll put the link, and then you just buy. It'll take you to Spirit Swap. You need some Phantom or something like that in your Phantom wallet, and you can buy Phantom. I think you can buy it about everywhere now. You can buy it off Coinbase. You can buy it off Binance, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, so it's available on Binance, KuCoin, FTX, pretty much all the places you can buy Phantom. Then send it to your wallet. Then you're just going to click that buy button, trade your Phantom for zComb. You're going to need at least 10 zComb. So it's going to be 773 Phantom, or it's about $800. I believe $900, depending on what the price of zComb is when you watch this. But yeah, very cool. I'm excited for what they're doing. I've been really looking for what these teams are going to do to pivot out of kind of the end of node season that we've been in. And I think zComb is doing just a great job of navigating out of that and kind of saving their protocol. So very, very kudos to the team. So thank you so much for watching. Should have out a couple more videos today. Again, been very busy. You can't go on vacation for sure as a YouTuber. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your support, and have a great rest of your day.